Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, and today guys we are taking another look at XLM and the Stellar Lumens project. This is going to be a look at the technical analysis of the XLM chart to USD. This will be looking at some of the fib retracement levels, those extension levels, and looking at some support and resistance lines that might be coming up in the future. We're also going to kind of dive into, Chris, aren't we, a bit of a thought on where, you know, the short-term price for Stellar can be. We see that around the 70 cents, and we're going to kind of give you through the walkthrough, I guess, on how we come to that conclusion. Chris, anything you want to add or tell the guys about Stellar Lumens at this point in time?
Yeah, you know, we've covered off some big news, haven't we, around the CBDCs and some of the things that are up and coming for the Stellar network. So yeah, I think the next stage is really to, like you say, talk through the chart, what we're seeing, and where we think the price is going to, you know, get to this year.
Fantastic. So guys, as always, if you find this useful and informative, do go ahead and smash that like button for Chris. He really appreciates it, as do I. And if you're new to the channel and not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. By being subscribed, you will be kept up to date with all the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, with that said, let's jump on over, Chris, to the desktop and take a look at our charts and see, you know, what's going on with this price for XLM.
Sounds good.
Okay, so here we are, right? So basically we have the XLM to USD chart just here, okay? This has a fib retracement on it from the low point here of the 17th of November, and the high level for this fib is at the 25th of November. Okay, so this shows us several different things. We obviously have the low level here, the red section. This is indicated as the 23% fib retrace level. The next lighter green section is the 38% fib retrace level. Then obviously have the 50% level. We have the 61% level, the 78% level, and the 100% level. Okay, so each of these lines indicate a very key area within the technical of the fib retrace. Beyond that, and as we move up the chart, we have extension levels, and those extension levels give us an idea as to where the price may be heading in the near future. So as we can see, we obviously had this massive movement up from our low on the 17th of December up to the 25th of December here, right? So we achieved 22.9 cents on the 25th of November. That was immediately followed by a bit of a downward action where we crossed over the 50% retrace level and ended up in between the 50 and the 61. That obviously rallied up, and we obviously saw this bit of a retracement down, testing several key areas as it went. So as we can see, we were, you know, testing a lot around this area here. This is the 78% level, right? So heavily tested this particular line. If we look down here, we can obviously see that we were doing some similar testing of the 50% retracement level, okay, before we were moving up again, retesting that 70% level, and also testing again down here the 50% level, okay? So lots of checks and double checks were made across multiple different levels here. We obviously did the 50, the 61, and the 58. A relatively quick concession here, or succession, between the 25th of November and, let's say, the 17th of December. We then obviously had the Ripple news, the lawsuit that was filed against Ripple, which obviously led to many of the alts crashing down. During that crash, we saw Stellar hit that bottom here at 23% fib retrace level, bounced off of there, and obviously claimed right back up here above that 50% level, which is fantastic. We wanted to see that. With that being done, though, there was a lot of negativity in the market, Chris, at the time, and obviously we were decreasing down in value. We obviously crossed over the 38% fib retrace and bottomed out down here. Now, if I go ahead and throw on a horizontal line there, you can see why that was an area of interest. It was an area that was tested, you know, relatively close to this area, tested again here, and obviously we had all of that retest happening here. So really good to see some, you know, technicals that can be backed up by that. Obviously, in the recent days, we had massive price action. Obviously, we were testing, and the 38% level here was acting as resistance. We were testing that. We broke through on the 4th of January. Today, we obviously had negative test of the support level of the 50% retrace, and then obviously a huge green candle thereafter, piercing through that 78% fib retrace level. And we are right in that key zone. So I'm going to put another horizontal line just here, and you can get an idea that that is where we were heading, right? We just hit that and we're in that zone. So what I'm going to do is just remove that for now. And from here, we can see lots of additional things happening, right? We could potentially see a call off and maybe a retest on that 61% level before maybe climbing up to that 22.9 cent again. Now, with all that being said, guys, that's a bit of history as to where we are today and how we got there. Moving further forward, we can see that we have got a green line just here. This is 21.01 cent. That is an area of resistance. And that resistance actually goes way back to over here, way back in 2018. Okay, so that's where that line is showing us. So we can see we get close to it today, and we haven't been able to cross it. Whereas we had the wicks in these 2 days crossing it, but unable to close above it. So we can know that this is an area that we need to get past in the coming days as we move further forward. And entering in a bull cycle, we believe we're going to start seeing that as we progress through the coming weeks and months. Now, looking forward, between 21 cents and 27, there isn't a lot of resistance on the weekly chart. There probably is on the monthly, so we could add a few additional layers in here. But ultimately, if I just do that quickly for you guys, pull up the monthly so we can see what's going on, we can definitely see that there is an area of support and resistance here. There's going to be one in around this zone here as well, but that's an area of 22, so pretty much nothing in between 22 cents and 26 cents. So that's going to be a pretty quick motion in the upside for that. So let's just go ahead and flick this back to the daily so we can get a bit of a clearer view. So ultimately, once we get past this level here that we were at before, right, that 22.9, get past 22.1, into there, we should have a pretty clear run at 26 cent. When we get to 26, we could expect a retrace down to 22 before moving up to 27 and 28 cents. Those areas are also areas of resistance for us. Moving further forward, we can see 30 cents is another area to be focusing in on before we hit that extension level at 32 cents. Moving on up, there's not a lot in between, and then we'll end up at 37 cents at the next resistance level, really key level there. Moving further forward, we can see 46 cents is another key zone, both at the 46.06 and the 46.935. Those two areas are very, very close together, so it could be that one of these is stronger resistance than the other, and so we'll be watching that closely. As we continue to progress through this year, we're going to see things like 61 cents for stellar lumens. This is an area of the 3.618 fib extension, and then just beyond our 61.7 we see 63.4 crest, which is another massive level to be targeting. And as we move to the upside here, the main resistance that we're going to see is 70.4 cents. Okay, the extension level is actually at 70.8. But the 70.4 is another area that we want to be focusing in on because of where we were in the history. Okay, so over here, this is an area that we kind of got to and kind of got a bit stuck. So we want to be making sure that that is something that we can surpass. Now, I'm pretty confident, Chris, and I think you are too, that we're going to see some significant numbers in 2021 for stellar lumens, but this is the current scenario as we see it within the technical analysis. Let's get to that 70 cent first, and once we get up to that level, we'll be able to readjust some of our stats here and the technicals, and basically see what is next on the horizon for XLM. But as it stands currently, we are seeing potential on the upside of 70 cents. Anything, Chris, that you want to add to our stellar lumens chart as it stands?
Just that we're seeing lots of movement around CBDCs. You've got IBM. They've set up like a foundation network on the Stellar blockchain as well. It's interesting times for Stellar, and I think with the stuff going on with XRP, there's lots of shining lights on Stellar, isn't there, at the moment? So
yeah, there really is a lot of good news for Stellar at the moment. You know, we had the CBDC from Ukraine. We also have the Euro B over in Germany from the German bank, that stablecoin. The USDC is also coming out in Q1 onto the blockchain as well. There's lots of really good fundamental stuff happening for the real world aspect of this, beyond just price speculation and FOMO. But that stuff is definitely also coming into the Stellar and XLM world. As we progress through 2021 into this bull cycle, so much money is going to be flowing in that XLM token is going to potentially swallow up quite large amounts of it.
You've also got institutions starting to buy XLM as well. So yeah, you're starting to see them sort of build it into portfolios and stuff like that. So again, another reason to be bullish on Stellar.
Absolutely. So guys, if you found this useful and informative, do go ahead and smash that like button for Chris. He really appreciates it, as do I. And if you're new to the channel, not yet subscribed, do subscribe. By being a subscriber, you will be kept up to date with all of the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And with all of that said, we hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Yeah, take care.